Hi everyone, welcome to the Back to Blighty podcast. My name's Becky and I'm coming at you today from East Sussex in the south of the UK, where I live with my partner. Our son is back and Molly, our Springer Spaniel. I hope you're all keeping safe and well at the moment. I've got a nice cup of tea in my squirrel mug. This is Twining's A Moment of Calm. I often put this tea out with my orders and it's really lovely. I've got the little sachet here. It's chamomile, vanilla and roasted chicory root. There you go. That's what it looks like there. So we all need a little bit of that at the moment. The world's gone a bit crazy, hasn't it? I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Leon is now working from home. Jack got back from university on Tuesday and I am being redeployed. I work in social, emotional and mental health in the education section or sector. And we are going to be redeployed, so I will still be working. So scary times, and I know a lot of people are feeling anxious and a little bit isolated at the moment. So if that's you, my warmest wishes to all of you. We just kind of got to do what is appropriate and get through this together. And you know, that's why another reason why I really wanted to get this podcast out was just to take your mind off things for a little bit and talk about all the nitty goodness. So you can find me on Instagram, Ravelry and Facebook, and we also have a group page for the podcast on Ravelry, and those links will all be down below, so you can have a look if you want to. Drop down, have a look and see what's going on over there. We have got a cowl running at the moment. We have got the What a Lot Potter cowl running, which I'm hosting with the lovely Ellie from the Craft House Magic podcast, and we are knitting from this book, which is the Knitting Magic book by Tanis Gray. Any patterns out of this book can go into the finished objects thread, which is on my Ravelry page, and there's a lot of chatter going on in Ellie's thread, which is the chatter thread for the cowl. Gosh, does that make sense? I don't know, I'm whittering already. I will not be posting in the finished objects thread, so I won't be commenting, because obviously to draw a winner, that makes things really, really difficult. So please, if you have a finished object, please put it in the chat thread as well, and then we can all comment and like it and share it with everybody, which will be really nice. There is also a hashtag, the What a Lot of Potter cowl hashtag. If you use that hashtag over on Instagram, Ellie and I can be really nosy, pop over and have a look, and it's just nice to share what we're making. This book is amazing. It is brilliant. There's lots of lovely projects in there. I will show you a couple. So you could choose to do Hedwig, or let's look nearer the back. Or if you're quite new to knitting, actually, there's some really lovely little projects. So you could make maybe a Hogwarts house mug cozy. And the other one that I really want to do, which is also a really quick project. That's the nice thing about this book, is actually there's all sorts of projects for all sorts of abilities, but there's trying to find the 7 Horcruxes washcloths. So so there's something kind of for everybody in there. So we do have, on the last look that I had on the finished objects thread, we had a finished object, had Cornish Pixie, which was amazing. So thank you for posting that, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots more entered in that thread very soon. Just gonna have a slurp of tea. I think I'm talking really quickly. I apologise if I am. So, what am I wearing? I'm wearing the Armour Sweater. I shall stand up, give you a little look-see. So it sort of sits on a hip line. There's my jeans there, so it sort of sits on a hip line. And love it. This yarn that I used for the strings of pearls was Hydrangea, and the grey purpley kind of mix is Dungeon, which I have back in my shop. Now, I will put a picture up here of the pattern. The pattern says to change yarns halfway through, so like half the sweater is the same as the string of pearls. I chose not to. I wanted to get this sweater out of 3 skeins of main colour and obviously a bit of DK for the string of pearls. that's what I have left of the main colour. So not very much at all, about 20 grams. And this is what I have left of the hydrangea. Oh, light. Excuse the light issues again. I don't know if you can see that, it's a really messy cake. Now I used 25 grams for the strings of pearls, so you could use, like, I don't know, some 4-ply held double of a really nice yarn. It's not worth buying, to be honest with you, a whole skein if you're just intending to do that bit. So I'm saying so again. Oh, honestly, it's when I watch these back I just think, stop saying so. Anyway, I did the small size, I think, for the top, and then on the raglan increases I increased to the next size up, and then I decreased again, so it just fits me. It's a little bit baggier here, which is what I wanted, but it's still quite nice and fitted around the back. The string of pearls goes all the way around, as you can see. I love it, love it. There is some dungeon now back in the shop. The shop is still open, obviously. I want to continue sending out your orders, and I will do. However, the postal service is a bit up in the air, so we'll just have to see what happens with that. I'm very lucky. My village post office shuts at 10 o'clock at night, so I can go late and post things when there's nobody else about, which is great. But we're just going to have to, you know, see what happens. We've got to do what's important. But for the time being, I still intend to send those out. I have some more finished objects. I have some whips, I have some new cast-ons, and I have a couple of acquisitions. And I'm going to start with my other finished objects. So last time I had just started my second Auld Lang Syne sock. I now have a pair, and I love them. So this is some Back to Blighty yarn that I dyed. This was a sock set called Auld Lang Syne. And I do a standard sock for me would be 64 stitches on a 2.25, and I do an afterthought heel and a wedge toe. And that's kind of my go-to, bash out a sock, don't have to think about it. But yeah, I really love the yarn combo. It's really pretty. Yeah, not a lot really more to say about that. I haven't got any left in the shop at the moment. I will be dyeing some more at some point. This actually is a 50 gram and 25 gram set, which keeps the cost down. But I'm just going to show you how much I have left. I'm actually using this in another project, and this is what I have left of that. So I would say there's about 15 grams left there. So you have more than enough to make a decent size of socks out of those sock sets. I know some people worry about whether they're going to have enough yarn, but yeah, plenty there. Really like them, looking forward to wearing them. Now the next thing I've got to show you, so here is living in my not so dodgy bag by the lovely Ellie, is my cabled wrist warmers. Now I was telling you last time that I spent some time with Jack's girlfriend Thea, and we dyed up some yarn together, and this is the yarn. It hasn't got a name. I have dyed up some yarn and I put more of the reddy pink in it, which is in the shop. To go with it, I dyed up a skein of floof, which is looking a bit sad now. So yeah, so I'm hoping you can see the colour. It's a really hard colour to photograph, and also obviously on a video camera. So I shall put a little shot up here of my wrist warmers. I love them. They're so pretty. So here they are up close. They've got this lovely cable. Now this pattern is by Knitting Pony, and it's free. And we all like a free pattern, don't we? So yeah, so it's free. So I'm going to pop them on so I can show you. I'm not very good at modelling. Any of you who have been before will know that my modelling skills are something to be desired. But we'll go with it. Okay, so look, see, look, all my cables are all wrong. So yeah, so there they are. Love them. They're really cozy and really soft. And I wanted to make as much as I could out of this yarn. So I really like this colour and I thought it's going to look really lovely with my dark blue denim jacket in the spring. So I thought, what else can I make with it? So I decided that I was going to cast on a cow. And I was going to use the same pattern that's in the wrist warmers, but just, you know, put some more stitches on the needle. So I did 140 stitches and then I just followed the pattern, but just, I'm going round and round and round. So it's lovely, really like it. It's going to be so soft and squishy. I don't know if you can see that halo. It's got a really nice halo. It's really blowing out. As I said, you know, hopefully I've already put a picture up of what the colour is really like, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be so nice. And I'm going to keep going until I run out of fluff, I think. And I'm going to have some more left over of this skein. So I'm hoping to get 3 projects out of this one skein of yarn, which will be brilliant. I love those flecks in there. Yeah, anyway, so that's going really well. I'm using 4mm needles and I've got my little Chapel View Crafts cup of tea on there as well, just so I know when the end of the round is. So yeah, so I'm going to keep going with that. I'm using Higher Steels, which are my preferred needle, and they're going great. So enjoying that project at the moment. I'll pop them all back in my bag. Okay, well, put the yarn in there as well, will be useful. So that's that project. What else have I got? Now I've got Surrey alpaca flying around, going up my nose. Right. My project for the What a Lotta Potter cowl is obviously in the book, and I am making the, what is it, Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit, and it's basically the Weasley Sweater. So I'm just going to flick through so that I can find it. Everybody really knows what this looks like, but never mind. So yeah, I am making a Weasley sweater. Now, I had a bit of a problem with this because I've pretty much knit the whole jumper again, but I frogged it back. So last video when I did the Knit for a Stranger mal, which by the way, all the prizes were posted yesterday, so hopefully you'll be getting them soon. What was I saying? Oh my goodness. Oh yes, so I was, I can't remember. That's really bad. I'm sorry, I'm just going to continue. So, in my Marauders map bag is my Weasley sweater. And as I know what it was, I pretty much knit this sweater already because I had a little bit of a problem, and I was talking on my Knit for a Stranger mal prize draw video that I was going to air my dirty laundry. That's where it was. It was in there somewhere. So I cast on the back, and this is knit in pieces, which seems to take forever, doesn't it? But I cast on the back and I swatched and I thought, yep, okay, we're going with that size and we're just going to do this. This is for a dear, dear knitworthy person. And I was knitting it thinking, do you know what, this is a bit small. This kind of is a bit snug on me, if I was to be honest. But I thought, no, I'm going to carry on, Anyway, knit the whole back. And then the person that I'm knitting it for came over and I just thought, no, that's too snug. It's not going to work. I thought I'm going to frog it back and I'm just going to do a bigger size because I really like the gauge. And it was only when I frogged it all the way back pretty much that I realised that I picked up the wrong needles. What? So yeah, so I've knit the back again. I have done the back. So here's the back. There's obviously the armholes. And oh, yeah. So I've done the back. Hurrah! This yarn isn't this light. It's quite a dark, yeah, it's a lot darker and it's heathered. It's Cascade 220 and I've done that and I am on the front. what can I say? It's going to be great. This is definitely a, knitting for the end result sweater. It's not, I'm not enjoying necessarily the process of it. But still, these are the colours I'm using. As I said, they're Cascade 220 and yeah, I've got the blue and then the mustard for the letter. Now, I didn't realise until I sort of cast on the pattern that the colourwork letter on the front is not colourwork, it's duplicate stitch, which I've never done before, and I've got this massive skein of yarn, so this will be going into another colourwork project, maybe a hat or something as well. Not for me, because I don't do mustard, doesn't suit me. I can split it, but I can't have mustard, so yeah, so I will knit something with those to finish them off if I have any blue left, which I think I will. So yeah, Cascade 220, the yellow is 9564 and the blue is 2448. So, it's coming along. It's just a little bit of a slog, but I will do it and I will finish it, and then I want to get on with my time turner sweater as well. Yeah, that's going well. What else have I got? I have got a test knit, which I am doing for the lovely Katt from the Heather and Hops podcast. If you don't know Katt, please pop over and say hi to her. She is lovely. It's such a nice podcast. And this project is living in my knitting bag and case bento bag. And I am knitting the Cala Galdana. I always feel that's a bit of a tongue twister, but it's a lovely little vesty type top. I will pop a picture in here, I will pop one in of her wearing the one that she made using our Forget Me Not colourway, and it was a sock set. So this sock set was 75 grams and 25 grams, I think. But yeah, it's so pretty and gorgeous. So when she was calling out for test knitters, I was like, me. So I got in and yeah, I'm knitting it. And I am using a new acquisition. This is so lovely and it's very messy, so I apologise. So this is Brianna's Gown by Crookston Crafts. That's the lovely Claire. She's such a talented dyer. Flew up my nose. And I love her yarns. I bought some, and also it's out under Brianna got married. Yeah, so I just had to buy it. So this is as far as I've got. So this is the front piece, and as you can see, there's a little kind of tubey thing. I don't know what that's called, which obviously will have some sort of braid in there, and this is the front section of that. So yeah, so that's as far as I've got with the front. And then I have started on the back. And I've got that far. Not really an awful lot to show for that. But I love the way that the colour is coming out. I'm hoping it's coming out fairly well. Probably not actually, but you get the idea. And what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out, who knows, is I have decided that I'm going to do a fade. So after it joins in the round, after you've done those 3 pieces and it joins in the round, I want to fade it. And I got these lovely merino single minis from Molly Coddle Yarns. And they're beautiful. They go from pink into purple. So I'm hoping, if I can show you this, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do so very well, but so I want to fade those in, which I think will look really, really nice. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to update you on progress, but so far the pattern's great. Katt's been really useful in answering questions, so she's been a bit of a lifesaver. It's not her. If anything, it's just me just clarifying. So, but you know, that's what a test knit's about, but I shall let you know how I get on with that one. Do I want my bento bag? Okay, the last thing that I've cast on, which is another new cast on, is living in my knitting bag and case big pig bag. Love this bag. Now, it's not very big at the moment, but it will be. I was on Instagram and I noticed that the lovely Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears had put out a note saying that she was doing a reduced rate on all of her patterns to help us through this really tricky time. And some of us need something to do when we're at home, self-isolating, or, you know, if you're on your own completely. We all need something to do to keep our sanity. But also it's really important that the people that are out there doing their jobs still have something that they can relax to. And for me, knitting is like that. So I found that after my mum passed away, knitting really helped me get through that time. And I know that knitting is going to help me get through this time too. And a lot of designers are offering their patterns for free or at a discounted rate. So it makes it much more affordable. It means that, you know, we can all access things, even if we haven't got a lot of money, which is just so lovely. And it makes me really humbled to be part of this knitting community when people are doing such lovely things. Anyway, waffling again. I decided to download the Bits and Bobs blanket by Kay Jones, and I made a hat called the Timber Bay hat, which is by Melissa Shashwari. Sorry, I'll pop a picture up here. And it was the first time that I'd done anything with fisherman's rib, and I really liked it. So when I saw the Bits and Bobs blanket, and saw that it was in fisherman's rib, I just thought I really love that squishy texture, so I'm going to cast this on. And it's a good way of using up lots and lots of scraps. So I started this 2 days ago, and this is as far as I've got. So you can see here, it is so gorgeous. It's going to be reasonably sized, as you can see, and I am using just some undyed merino nylon, and I'm mixing it with my minis. So for instance, I'm going to show you here, if I can go through, this bottom one was by Loop and Pearl, and I made the chain drive socks with that. So I'll pop a picture there of what they're like in the main, because you hold fingering weight your little scraps along with the undyed or the floof or whatever you want to use. So they're my chain drive socks. I then used, the next one is Fame, which was a sock set that I made, and I made the Downtown Shorty socks with that. I will pop another picture in there. Then I did, this one here is Around the World in 80 Days. And again, I did some socks with a heel, a heart on the heel, that I will put in there. This bronzed rose here is Skein Queen yarn, and I did, is it the Carnicle shawl I used that for? I'll pop a picture in here anyway, so that you can see that. And this last one I'm doing is my Old Lang Syne, and that obviously is what I used for those socks. So I'm using that up, but I'm loving it. It is so squishy and beautiful. And yeah, I started this 2 days ago. I have found that I've been a bit anxious and a bit stressed, and I need something quite mindless at the moment, and this is perfect. And I feel that actually, if I want to hide away, a blanket is the perfect place to hide. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this project. I really recommend it. And it has a little border around the edge when you've finished. But yeah, I'm just using up all my scraps for that. So yeah, great mindless knitting. Loving it. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. I had a tickle. I think it's the floof that's kind of floating around the atmosphere. Acquisitions. I have, obviously I bought the Brianna's Gown yarn by the lovely Claire of Cookston Crafts, and also I showed you earlier my Timber Bay hat. I'll put another picture up there again. I used her colourway Outlander for that, and it has a stellina base in it, which I love. I love that hat. I love the fit. It's a great pattern. It's a great yarn. It was kind of like that perfect marriage of two things. Anyway, I really liked the Outlander colourway, and I thought, you know what the heck, I'm going to buy some more. So I bought this in the merino nylon, and up here to show you. It's so beautiful. It's got some really delicate sort of rusty speckle, as you can see in there. It's such a pretty yarn, and I'm going to make a top for me out of this. Now, I don't know what I'm going to make. A lot of people are making the love note at the moment, which I like. I love my ranunculus, but I'm not going to make another one. I've made 3. So I don't think I'm going to make a ranunculus, but this is going to be a similar type of cropped sweater, and I really like the 3/4 length sleeves. So yeah, I'm going to make this, and it's nice and spring-like. It's really pretty. So I've bought that. Claire's card is here. I'll show you that. Love her yarn. Do go and have a look. She's based in, I want to say Scotland. I'm pretty sure she is. Oh, Cuxton Ellen. Is that Scotland? I don't know, Claire. Anyway, go and have a look. She's got beautiful yarn. Really, really lovely. Oh, I forgot another work that I've got on the go. Okay, so the other morning I woke up at 4:30 and I just couldn't sleep. I think it was when we first found out all the news about this social distancing and all that sort of thing. And last time I showed you that I bought this yarn, and we were talking about house colours, and I was saying that I was in the Normans, and at school that was my house colour. I was in blues, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. So I woke up so early and I just thought, I can't think, I need to do something. And I didn't have anything mindless on the go really, apart from the, well, actually there's quite a few mindless things on the go, but I just wanted something that I could just pick up quickly. So I started making Jack a pair of socks in these, and this is how they're going. So this is how they're knitting up. Ooh, get my ends out of the way. Yeah, I really like it. This is zigzag yarn, and I think it's fruit punch. Let me just check. So there's the label. It's just a zigzag, and it's fruit punch. Brilliant. Colour 3253. There you go. It's all on there. This is great because for Jack, being at university, or not being at university as the case may be at the moment, this yarn you can stick in the washing machine and it wears really, really well. So yeah, I do recommend it for people that maybe don't know how long these things take you to knit, and they chuck one in the washing machine. It's a really good yarn for that. So yeah, that is about it from me. I was saying last time that I was hoping to podcast more. Obviously, with the current climate, I'm not sure. I know I'm probably going to have to work more hours. We'll just have to see what happens. But I will drop in when I can. So keep going with the What a Lot of Plotter Cow. Really enjoying seeing your makes. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye.